J-Lock.
The Clippers can do whatever the hell they want, but I'm not going. I'm not going to trust them. Correct me if I'm wrong, but
I'm gonna start with you, Perry. What two teams in the NBA right now are constantly making playoffs or like are just trickling through, but you believe that they need to blow it up and completely reset?
I think Portland needs to blow it up with a missile. This is, like I'm tired of the false narratives about Portland. They are what we know them to be, and that is a team that you cannot bet on. That is a team that needs a little more. They've had some injuries. Yeah, they've done relatively well, but truthfully, I think a lot of those players can contend for a championship, but not with the way the roster is built and structured. So they need to figure out a way to restructure the roster. And to me, a blow up doesn't mean that all the players need to leave, but it means a big change needs to be done. So whether that's just one big trade or you remove the coach, that to me is like a blow up, if that makes sense. Like you don't need to ship out everybody.
I rate that.
Because it's just not realistic. They have a lot of great pieces that they don't need to do that for.
So before you go on to your second one, may I ask you a quick question?
Yes.
I just want to. So, in your opinion, what is that big change that you can see happening? Which players do you think leave? You know what I'm saying? Like, dive into it a little deeper.
I think Terry Scott needs to go.
I agree with that.
It's just not working. I think you need to run a few different sets. I think the players are comfortable with the system, but I think you need to kind of shock them and bring them to a point where they can take that next step. That doesn't mean he's a bad coach. Look at Philadelphia. Philadelphia, they fired the name of the coach slipped my recollection. Was it Mike Breen?
Mm-hmm.
Brett Brown, my apologies. And look at them now. That doesn't mean Brett Brown was a bad coach, but sometimes the voice tends to lose its power in a locker room. And I think that's the case. I wanted to give an Eastern Conference team, but I think the easy pick would be the Pacers. But I'm not going to go with the Pacers because I think they're doing a little better. They're making strides in figuring out their identities. I think the next team that needs to blow it up are the Sacramento Kings. It's just not working. Like it's just not working. I don't understand what's going on. They're in the lottery every year. They have an abundance of guards. Players that should be playing aren't playing. Buddy Hield was coming off the bench for a little bit. Luke Walton I don't understand. I genuinely just don't understand how he has a coaching job in the NBA where I see so many other qualified coaches waiting for an opportunity.
Sounds about white.
I don't know if it's the curls. I don't know what's going on.
Sounds about white.
Well, yeah. I don't want you to say that, Black.
Hey.
J-Lod.
Yes, sir.
Happy Father. You thought I was going to say Happy Father's Day. It ain't Father's Day yet.
Congratulations.
Now I actually got to text the man and be like, yo, J-Lod, Happy Father's Day. Like, I actually have to be one of those dudes.
I love
text my boys, be like, yo, Happy Father's Day. And the man will come to me and be like, yo, you didn't wish me a Happy Father's Day.
100%. I have to hold you accountable.
Yeah. Yo, so J-Lod, what two teams do you believe need to blow it up and reset?
The first team I have, I'm going to be with Perry. I have the Blazers. I think it's been way too long. I think they should have blown it up last offseason. So the offseason where they got to the conference finals and proceeded to not win a game. I think in that the following offseason, they should have blown it up. Terry Stotts needs to go. I would move on from Damian Lillard. I'm not sure if I would keep CJ, but honestly, if I'm blowing it up, I'm moving on from CJ as well. I would have kept Gary Trent because I think he's turning out to be a great piece. You know, obviously it's a small sample size that we have right now of him in Toronto, but I would have kept him as not necessarily a cornerstone, but a good piece going forward in my rebuild. Yusuf Nurkic, I would have shipped him. I would have shipped him the hell out of there. Um, there's so much going on in Portland, and I think that Perry hit the nail on the head when he said that they're running the same sets. So something they've been running even before Damian Lillard got there, in the entire time Terry Stotts has been there, um, is that little Damian Lillard dribbles the ball up, gets to the 45, passes it to the wing. Then they have a little flare. He flares off and Yusuf Nurkic to the other 45. If that's open, Yusuf Nurkic comes. He sets a ball screen on the dude with the ball. He usually goes to CJ or the small forward, and it's really the same thing over and over again. So I have the Portland Trail Blazers. My second team. Is the Houston Rockets, and I'm very happy to announce this because somebody said that the Houston Rockets won the trade. Um, Bina, ask me what position the Rockets are in.
Yo, Jelon, what position the Rockets in?
14th in the Western Conference. Bina, do me a favor. Ask me how John Wall's playing.
Yo, isn't he just shut down for the season now? How is John Wall playing though? How's John Wall playing though? I didn't want to steal your thunder.
Shut down for the season. Where's Victor Oladipo?
Oh yeah, he in Miami injured, but he ain't there.
What about DeMarcus Cousins?
Yo, he in LA contending for a championship now.
PJ Tucker.
Yo, another question. Who said that Houston won the trade? I just want to know.
Oh, I don't even remember at this point. Listen. Things
you can say my name. You can say my name. I don't really care.
I honestly don't know if it was you, Perry. I don't know if it was you. Was it you?
I said we had to wait years to see what they do with those draft picks. That's what I said. I said right now they won the trade when it was prima facie just a swap between Westbrook and John Wall, but James Harden stayed. Then James Harden left, and I said you have to wait to see what happens with those draft picks. Those were my words on my take.
When we roll back the tape, you will say that you said exactly that and added that you think Houston's getting the better player between John Wall and Russell Westbrook. I will roll back the tape and I will show you. You said you think
Houston better player
is
for
the
system.
Player.
For the system.
Perfect.
I specified.
The Houston Rockets got to blow it up. I would buy out John Wall personally. I'm not even going to take a chance and see if I can trade him anywhere. If I can, great. I'll take what I can get, even if it's a second round pick in 2026. I'll take what I can get. But I'm shipping him out. Eric Gordon, I got to move on from. But they have a nice young nucleus with Christian Wood, Kmart's son, and Kevin Porter Jr. So I'm turning those keys over to Christian Wood and Kevin Porter Jr. because I think those are two really. Listen, Kevin Porter Jr. hoops like a crackhead. He reminds me so much of Michael Beasley. In the way he moves, just his nonchalance with the basketball, and how everything is effortless for him. So he reminds me a lot of Michael Beasley, and I think that he has a lot of potential in this league, and I would be very comfortable moving forward, rebuilding around those two pieces in Kevin Porter and Christian Wood. So for me, I'm blowing up the Houston Rockets, but I want to make sure that I say this: under no circumstance will I get rid of Stephen Silas. I think Stephen Silas is a good head coach. I think he has a lot of potential. Perry has said this on multiple occasions. He was dealt a tough hand, and I can't hold that against him. Especially 1 year, you deal with James Harden showing up 300 pounds, looking like an offensive lineman for the Houston Texans. Looked like he was going to protect Deshaun Watson instead of the basketball, and then. You have, you deal with you losing, one of the best point guards in the game in Russell Westbrook. DeMarcus Cousins gets cut. Like so much stuff, man. This poor brother. But I'm keeping Stephen Silas and I'm giving him another chance. I'm giving him time to actually develop.
Bro, he wasn't just given a dealt a bad hand. They gave him bad cards. Then they took away all of the cards and made him deal on that table and make bets with nothing. That's essentially what happened.
They took away the cards and his chips.
And he still lost money. Like, it makes no sense. Anybody, if he gets fired, that Houston Rockets team, I genuinely don't understand.
I want it sold. I want it sold.
Sold. I want it burnt.
I want it sold.
I want it burnt.
Bruh.
Do you think LeBron James would buy the Houston Rockets?
Well,
I
I think we can afford it. The way they're looking right now, I think we can afford it.
I think Terman or Fran,
Fertitta.
yeah, or whatever. He owns the Rockets and the Houston Dynamo, which is the MLS soccer team. I believe so, but that dude is caking, and the Astros, if I'm not mistaken, or a stake in the Astros, if I'm not mistaken. So he's going to charge a pretty penny for the Rockets for sure.
Pretty penny is what? An extra $5? Like, come on, fam. That team right now, obviously it's a big market, so he'll cake from it. I'm just teasing, but that team's not looking too good right now.
Yo,
That's a sinking ship.
So
Somebody said that though.
Leonardo DiCaprio. Get it?
You
The
see,
Titanic?
you see, I give you your flowers. I give you your flowers when they do. I want my flowers.
all right, boys.
No, you're right. You're right, J-Lo.
Let's get to the topic that I